Good morning, everybody. My name is Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and this is our Get Started class for new clients. So before we dive into it, I just want to let everybody know what we do at a high level. We are a real estate advertising platform. We're designed to help realtors if you have listings, and we're designed to help realtors if you don't have listings. And we can do this, a number of ways, but we have tools for print. We have tools for social media. We have tools for Google. We have tools that you can in your CRM and kind of email blast them out. And all these tools, they have multiple call to actions to help you get buyers and sellers. We have software from the Facebook ad platform and from the Google ad platform. We've turned running an ad into a kind of a one-click operation. We have 80 PDF guides. You as realtors are branded on every page of every guide. Each guide is about 5-6 pages long. You're on every page. 40 of those are for home buyers and 40 of those are for home sellers. So you have a lot of tools that you can use to leave behind, or you can market them in other ways and get leads with them. So we'll dive into it in a second. That's the high level of what we do. And just so you know, we also do have team accounts. So if you've got a group or you've got an office, we have discounted team accounts. And if you need that, email me, Vincent Listings to Leads, and I'll help you with that. This is something that I have been looking at lately. Scott and I get this every Monday, and it tells us who's generating the most leads, right? And I wanted to show you this because there's a couple of pretty cool. This is open house marketing, right? So these people are using open house tools. There's a feedback form. So ideally, they're doing some marketing and driving people in to their open house, and then they get people to fill in the online form. But there was something here, and that definitely caught my eye. It was sellers. And how did I lose it? Sorry. I was looking at it earlier. It's like, give me a second. It seems a little crazy that I can't find it. The heck am I looking at here? Oh, there it is. No, give me a second. Oh, there it is. Okay, we get it in two messages. So these are seller leads in the past 7 days. And I just wanted to show you this because what one part of our platform is landing pages, and they're template driven. You can use them pretty well, you can create them very easily. But I wanted to show you what some clients are doing right now. This person in the last 7 days has 13 seller leads from this. And he's actually got two. They look very similar. He's got a map background. You can customize your landing pages with a map. And that can work in certain areas, but he's targeting Brooklyn there and he's targeting the Bronx here, right? And then you can use that, but there are multiple ways. And we'll talk about how to get people to landing pages once we get there. Claudia here, I think she's got a cool one in Cleveland. Let's see. Oh no, this is Woodbridge, right? So I don't know Woodbridge, but this is a really pretty area. And so if Woodbridge is looking like that, I could see that working as well. And then what was the other one? It's like Michelle. Let's look at Michelle. Yeah, this is the Cleveland one. I thought this was really cool. When you create a landing page, it looks like the coffee cup, but she put in, I'm not sure. I think this is a GIF, like a moving photograph, but you can put in a video too. This looks really cool, frankly. So I just thought I'd show it to you because these are some of the top seller lead generators from the home valuation landing pages, right? If we scroll down a little bit more, we can see others. I can just tell you, Deborah here is down in Florida, and this is designed to get buyers, right? So she must be marketing pretty heavily because she's got 105 leads from this one page alone. If you create a landing page like this, you probably might want to be marketing on Facebook. That would be the fastest, easiest way to drive people to this. If anybody clicks on access the information, we're going to grab their name and email and deliver it to you. And that's what I'm pretty sure. I haven't spoken to her. I'm pretty sure that's what you do. So that's just a couple of ideas of how people are customizing our tools and then running them and getting leads to them, both buyers and sellers. So landing pages can definitely be part of that. So since we're talking about that, Of course, I close the wrong page. Let's just go look at landing page. So when you sign up, I do want to make sure let's talk first about how you actually set up your account. If you signed up on the web and you're already a client, we're going to put you right in front of a wizard, right? And so that wizard is right here, account setup. And you can get there, but you know what? We keep adding so many tools that it's actually hard to keep this thing current. So this is what I recommend to do for setup. I recommend you go to your profile and you click on auto posting for this little close walkthrough. Auto posting, you connect right here. And it says you need to connect onto your account and create a page under that account. Yeah. Anyway, you click here, it takes you to your account. And what is this? Sorry, maybe I logged into the wrong account. Hold on. Let's just go look at this. Okay, sorry. Is this mine? Oh, sorry, guys. I don't have mine connected because our stuff got hacked and it's a big sad story. But we do have a demo account. So, all right, getting in there. Will we be sharing a video of this webinar? Yes, we record every webinar and we put it on our YouTube channel. Have you found our YouTube channel, Don? I'll send this link to everybody right now, but you can always find it on YouTube. It's listings. Uh, just look for listings to leads on YouTube. Get to the videos page. I'm sending a link to you right now, so everybody should have this. Every class that we do, including this one, is being recorded, and we put it there. So I'm in the proper account. When we go to profile, there are some things that we want to make sure that you see. And that's auto posting. Okay. So when your listing hits, we're going to automatically sweep them in. We want to make sure that we are posting to your social media accounts. So what is this? I don't even know what that is. These guys are always adding things. And of course they never tell me, but LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I'll find out. We do listing automation. So when your system hits the platform, we're going to auto post it. You don't need to worry about this, but that's going to dynamically pull in information from the MLS. And so when we're auto posting, it's pre-written, it's got a color photo on it, and it's got a landing page behind it. So you can get free leads that way. We also auto post home valuation landing pages and down payer assistance and new construction landing pages. You want to turn these on and save it, really easy. You want to make sure and connect your CRM where it says CRM integration, right? If you don't see the API for your CRM, probably has a unique email address that they created for you that's specifically for scraping leads. So find out from your CRM what that is and drop it there. Once you've done that, you want to come up here to the ad section. Now we just left the profile, and the profile, one of the things we did is we did social media auto posting. So with ads, it's going to ask you again, will you connect to your social media, right? It's two different pieces of software from Facebook. And so there's a couple, 3 times where we're going to ask you to connect to social media, and, you'll want to do that. So we're already connected here, but if you're new to it, there will be a connect to Facebook button here. And when you click it, it's going to say, is this you by your name? And you say yes. And then the next page is what business pages you want. And that's where you start choosing your real estate business page. There'll also be a connect to Google button, or you can click it here. And when you try to create an ad here, it's going to give you, this is an add-on. I highly recommend our Google stuff if you want more listings, but that costs $30 a month. You can actually try it out for free for 30 days too. So set that up, go over here to the social page, and we're going to ask you again to connect to your social media accounts again here. This is automated free content, right? And we'll get a look at it real quick. So you connect to your social media accounts. We're going to ask you, how often do you want us to post for you? And then we're going to say, what topics do you want, right? There's about 50 different categories that are related to real estate. This is conversational content, and meaning it's not deep industry stats and stuff. It's living in real estate, design, kitchen design, home design, outdoor living, quotes, maintenance, just soft, colorful conversational post that you can turn on just by clicking the round circle up here and then saving, and that will start sending that out. If you want to read everything, you click on the eyeball here, and that's going to show you all the posts that we've written, and you can check them out yourself. I do want to recommend that you all, I think what we're doing by default is we're checking these two things right here. We're going to go look at the PDF guides in a minute. But what this does is this tells listings to leads to auto post our PDF guides throughout the year automatically to your social media networks. And when we do, we're going to put a post, a picture, and a landing page behind it. So if somebody wants to download any of these 80 guides for free, your information, they've got to give you their contact information, and your information is on every page. So you definitely want to do it. You can do it by hand, or you can set it up automatically right here. Okay. And then over here, we've got landing pages. And I showed you some of the landing pages when we got started. And everybody gets 3 landing pages just by default, right? When you come here for the first time, you'll have free home values, you'll have down payer assistance, and new construction. Now, if you click one of the green buttons underneath it, it says edit and tools. It's going to tell you to edit. And I would totally recommend that you customize this picture that's in the background with something that looks like your area, right? If it's 2000 pixels wide, that's all you need to do in landscape. You can even snap in a video. I've got a video snapped in here. Maybe you've got a video of you talking about your area, or you want to say, hey, I've been doing real estate for 20 years and blah, blah, blah. That's what I think. You can snap that in there by just clicking on video and putting in, I think that's actually custom page content here. Snapping a video right here. And so you customize a lot of stuff. This is a generic suburban photograph that we bought years ago, and it's cool, but if it doesn't look like your area, you probably want to fix that. And then, but you should also, you see this Property Valuation Plus, you should have a Property Valuation Plus page for every town or neighborhood you want more listings in, right? So I have one here for Pleasanton. We can run ads on this on Facebook or on Google. We could have a e-flyer that we can blast out and get people to click a link and land over here. And we can get print tools as well. You can make little postcards and get people over here. Again, we're all about capturing leads. And on the landing pages, you definitely want a landing page for every section, for every kind of farm market you have. So if you click create landing page at the top, you will see that we have templates for iBuyers, for FSBOs, expireds, avoid foreclosure. And Property Valuation Plus is the one where you're actually getting an instant home value. You can also do custom things. I know a lot of people like to have classes. I get that call every once in a while where somebody's, yeah, we're having like a first time home buyer class, something like that. Create a custom buyer landing page and run it out on Facebook, or use the flyer and drop it off at the library or whatever. However you tend to get that in front of people, people have to sign up and then they'll be at your class, right? And you can see we have things for empty nesters and growing families. Whatever you want to do, you just choose it and you put in the name of your town, right? You don't need to put the state, just the town, and spell it correctly and click create landing page, and you'll create a landing page. The last thing, and I really think you should create the landing pages that you want for your business going forward. There are certain niches in the industry that you focus on. Create your landing pages for it, because then you'll see all the ways to market them. And the last thing you need to do for setup is client reviews. So if you have reviews from Testimonial Tree or from Zillow, you can import them automatically. If you don't, and you have them on other platforms like Google or Facebook or Yelp or whatever, you can manually set them up over here. And then we actually create a website for you, right? And this is a powerhouse of a website. We call it the client review website. a little snappy video. It's got all your reviews. It's got those 3 landing pages that we talked about that I told you customize. It's also got your PDF guides. And if somebody wants to download one, they got to give you the contact information. And if you've got listings in your account, we're going to have links to those as well. So if somebody clicks on that, they're basically seeing your reviews, your PDF guides, your landing pages, and the homes that are in your account, right? And this, of course, is a single property website that we created for you. And it's got lead capture too. So that's really our focus here is you as a realtor are going to take an action. It better capture leads. That's really what we're trying to do. We know realtors do a lot of things. Usually you've got a decent branding game going on, but you don't have a decent lead capture game going on unless you're using us. So definitely get those in. You'll also notice that your reviews, we post them on some of the landing pages and on the single property website and the virtual tour. So if people are looking at your properties, they're going to see your reviews there as well. And the last thing that I mentioned that I forgot to mention is follow-ups. And if you have a CRM, we already talked about connecting your CRM in your profile. If you don't have a CRM, go here and turn on the buyer and seller lead follow-up. If you're in a Spanish speaking market, turn that on and you can set and forget. If we know if the lead is a buyer or a seller, so we will turn on the appropriate deal. It's really easy to turn this on. You just click that button and turn it on. It's the simplest drip campaign. And it's also very effective. We've got a lot of response from our clients that our drip campaigns get open more than their CRMs, and ours actually close meetings. And that's really the point of having a CRM is get people to respond enough until they're ready to work with you. And ours does pretty well. So turn that on if you need that. Also, I don't talk about this too much, but there is an affiliate program. If you're working with a lot of agents and you want them to sign up, we'll give you 15% recurring. And you can create that with PayPal. So that's all the setup, right? And from there, there are a few things you concentrate on listings, on ads, and the PDF guides. We'll talk about those. Let's go look at those real quickly. There's a lot of ways to market a PDF guide. We watch it. So what I was trying to say is listings, ads, PDF guides, and landing pages. These are the areas that you're going to be consistently using to make sure you're building your brand and capturing leads. So now we're looking at the PDF guides. I mentioned when you set up your profile, your logo is going to be there, your color scheme, your branding is all going to be there. So these all look like they're coming from your company. You click this button and you're going to see the 40 PDF guides for buyers. You click this one, you're going to see 40 PDF guides for sellers. So you can decide on what you want to focus on. And if you click any of these green buttons that say market, these are the options you have to market. We create a short form video script. If you're somebody who's, comfortable with creating video for social media, we give you the script for each one of these tools. If you want to run an ad on Facebook or Instagram, or both, you just click here, click create an ad, and the ad's written for you. So you just type in the name of your favorite channel, right? And once that's out there, you just click publish. This is going to get leads with name, email, and phone number. Okay. So definitely that's the way to go. We'll talk more about PDF guides, but that's just one of the ways, right? It's like Facebook is a great place to put things out, especially if you don't have listings, right? You don't want to be standing there dead in the water. So you can run ads if you want. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze over here. You could also do a social media post. So a post is different because you're just sharing something. You can still capture leads with it, but it only shows up to the people who follow your network, right? So if you got 100 people and you're following you, it's not a huge exposure, right? But if you run an ad, now 1,000 or 2,000 people are going to see this and you capture lead. If you've got a database with a lot of leads in it, you can copy this code here and drop it in. There'll be a link where people can click on and they can download that report. Yeah, they're going to have to give you their contact information to download it. Right. And then we've got print flyers and postcard and door hanger designs. They're all driving to a landing page that's going to capture leads for you. So definitely use these. And a lot of our clients use these as lead behinds. If you start getting listing leads and you're trying to click more listings, you could print this out, put it in an envelope and just do a door knock and leave it there so that you're staying in front of those people and they're remembering you. They're ready to click. So that's the PDF guide section. We talked about how to create landing pages. We know we can turn on social. Good talk about listings. The first thing that you should know, if you're in the United States, we should be able to auto pull your listings into your account. If that doesn't happen automatically, you can always go up here where it says add listing and grab one. And a lot of our clients do this if they don't have their own listing, right? So maybe they're holding an open house for somebody, or maybe they're just borrowing a listing so they can advertise and get some leads. You should definitely do that. And that listing is going to sit here. And when you click on market listing here, there's a whole stack of tools, right? You can create a Facebook and Instagram ad. Just click on the button there and you'll see on the right-hand side, the ad is already written for you. We've got all their software. It won't be sponsored by this page. It'll be sponsored by your business page. Remember, in setup, you connected your Facebook account. It's a $35 ad by default. It's 7 days long. And on average, buyer leads cost $3 each in the United States. I don't know where you're each sitting, but it could be a little bit more or a little bit less. But in this example, you're going to probably get like 11 leads, right? $3 into 35. To create the ad, you just click create ad. I will say this, in this box over here, you can click on it before you create the ad. And you can say, maybe there's something that we didn't put in the ad, right? Like maybe there's a great high school. You can name that or whatever. And then boom, create it. And that's what's then it's going to go out. Social media posts, these go automatically to your social media accounts. And that's what we connected on the profile. But this is only hitting your target market, right? Sorry, the people who follow your network, not like everybody in a city or something. So this is what it looks like here. And you can see that it's colorful and it's not. We even put the link here, but Instagram is not awesome for capturing leads. The other platforms are better at that. I do want to point out the nearby homeowner letter, but that actually brings something else up. But this is the number one tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. Okay. So there are a lot of tools that we have that capture listing leads, but how long does it take for them to turn into actual business? That's really the question. And this one here, these turn it, you don't get a lot of leads. Like you don't get 50 leads like a Facebook ad. You might get 2 or 3, but these will convert the fastest in the business. And here's the easiest way to get them out. If you click print an email and you have look at this, hold on a second. So I don't know what My Plus Leads is yet. We're just about to launch something here. So the next week or two, keep an eye, but we do have an integration with Express Copy. So when I click print and mail and click radius, I can say, I want everybody within a radius 2 miles of this home who has more than 6 years equity and owns a single family home. I want them to get this letter. And that letter, it's pretty boring. It's not super sexy. It just says, this is a bad view. I'll show it to you in a second. It basically says we have a home for sale and go take this piece of paper to your own computer and find out about it. Underneath it, it says that's going to affect your home value. So go to this website and go get your free home value. So you got to think about what that all means, right? I've already shown you that we can run it on Facebook or on Google. On Facebook, people are running around looking at what their friends are eating and pictures of cats and stuff. So you can get the lead. It's just not the highest quality. But if you mailed this letter to somebody who lives in a radius of your current listing and they have years of equity in their property and they decide they're going to walk to their own computer with this piece of paper and fill out that form, that is a really high quality lead. So you want to do everything, stay in touch with them on a weekly basis until they're ready to talk. You just click submit order. This company will download it, print it, fold it, stuff it in an envelope and mail it to the right people. You should be using this once or twice a month, every month. Some of our clients use it twice per listing, like they mail it out just listed and just sold. And this is one of the big reasons why many of our clients have said every time I market a listing with your platform, I get one or two more listings. It's because of this letter. There's also an electronic version of it called eFlyer for your database. So if you're sitting on a platform with a bunch of leads, there's 3 call to actions: come buy your leads here, and 1, get your free home value here on the same flyer. You should be blasting this out once a week, right? We have short form video scripts. If you want to be doing stuff on social media and getting your personality out there and in front of people, you just download this, read it, whip out your smartphone and upload it. We do create single property websites. You guys probably have single property websites and virtual tours and postcards, and they're probably branded great and they probably have your picture and your phone number. And so you can use these and they all have call to actions. Our virtual tour, our single property website, our postcards, our open house sign up form, they all have, you can capture buyer or seller leads. Even if you're a blogger, yeah, we got a bunch of tools that you can copy and paste. And yeah, there's call to actions to get leads there as well, and QR codes and Craigslist. I will say this about Craigslist. If you've been in the industry, the real estate industry, a long time, you might remember that Craigslist was a hotbed for lead gen. That's actually how our company started. Literally, we had one tool and it was post your listing to Craigslist. That's all it did. And it was very effective and people really loved it. And we crushed it. We built our name from that, but we took what we learned on Craigslist and applied it to the entire real estate advertising spectrum. And basically that's why I can say, if you're using your computer to do anything, to communicate to the market, you should be looking at our tools because there's call to actions built in everywhere in the system. And the thing about Craigslist is I'd say about me, it's been a while, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, Craigslist got tired of all the ads being posted on their website and they totally changed the software and made it incredibly difficult for realtors to capture leads. And realtors really were put off by that. So much so that all your competition left Craigslist years ago. They didn't leave Craigslist, your target market. I think it's the number 16th most trafficked website in the country, in the United States. And that means 16 is actually pretty high. Number 1 is Google, right? Netflix and other big Amazons, right? But that's not even your space. So for real estate, this is actually pretty high. And your competition left. I've been talking to teams. I talk to teams every day. And I had somebody just a couple months ago say, we had to hire our own ISA team just for our Craigslist leads because there are so many. So it might be worth testing out. So that's our listing side. We'll talk about ads in a second, but if there are any questions, let me know. I see one here. Let me read that. If I don't have listings, what to do, I need to be aware of when using another brokerage listings. If you're using another broker's listings, if you're using another agent's listings, I don't know what your local rules are. There are a lot of MLSs in the country. You might want to find out. But once you follow the steps and you know what it is, you come over here to grab active listing, you drop in the zip code and the MLS ID for that property and you grab it. And then once you've done that, all the tools I just showed you are all created. Okay. So you could run ads, you could use our postcards, you could blast stuff out on your email, you can use the nearby homeowner letter. So let's go over here and talk about ads. Our Facebook and Instagram ad software is part of the platform, right? We've seen a couple of examples of running ads, but I do want to give you a couple more. We've talked about landing pages. We've talked about PDF guides, talked about listings, and guess what? You can run ads on all of those right here. If I run an ad on a PDF guide for a homeowner, we could talk about 5 dangers of overpricing, right? That might be relevant in your market, even on lead ads. That means the leads are pre-populated from the Facebook profiles. So nobody's typing anything in. All you got to do is type in the name of your favorite town, right? And click publish. Now, you might want to expand the radius. If you don't mind driving 30 minutes, you could just expand that radius, right? When they see this ad on Facebook, they can click here to download it, but they're gonna have to give you their name, phone number, and email to download. So I definitely recommend using those when you can. Also, landing pages. You might want to create a landing page. Like I mentioned, you can create unlimited landing pages, and you can do home valuation ads. There's custom landing pages, empty nesters. Let's do an empty nester, right? So you have to create the landing page first, and then you can run the ad, right? So let's look at that. And this one, I think, is in Sacramento. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you are typing in that you want this to show up in Sacramento and publish. It's that easy. Okay. Let's see here. Can I create a listing ad for new construction models to generate buyer leads? Yes. There are a couple of ways to do that. You could go to listings and you could create a listing here and manually do it and then add some photos. And then you can run ads and get people to that. There are print flyers. We're going to create e-flyers as well. And you can do it that way. Another direction you could go is to go to landing pages. As I mentioned, we create a new construction landing page for you already. Now, Samira, where are you? What part of the country? Do you have a lot of new construction, like multiple developments going on, or is it just like one? So you're in Florida. I'm going to just guess that there's probably a few. Yeah, probably a few. So you could, the first thing I would do is I would take the new construction that we give you. Yeah, you have a lot in your area. I just say go this way. I'd say go to create a custom landing page for buyers. And what's the name of one of your developments, right? Because you're in Claremont, but there must be like some fancy development that everybody's thinking of, or you like, or you want to sell. Mineola Hill, right? And when you have a big development, there's usually some signage going on and some marketing that the companies are already doing. So you know these names are starting to get out there. And if that's the case, you create a landing page. You could probably get some photographs from the builder or photographs of the area, right? We have new construction out here. I could just go take a picture of all the developments that are all squeezed in that area, and that would work, right? We really should change this language. I can't believe we haven't done this yet. This over here, this Dale Pairs, this is just the generic junk that we threw in there when we first created this landing page. What you need to do is customize it, right? And you can see, you can call this whatever you want, right? Let's just make I'll just type in a bit here. We won't waste a lot of time here, but a new construction, and you could say whatever kind of stuff here, just sugarcoat it a bit. But I will show you something else too. So if I save this, oh, wrong button. Sorry, guys. Did I mess that up with save? I wanted to save it. Yeah. So I saved, it says Mineola Hills on the right. You might have content like YouTube content. You might, I know, like I follow a lot of realtors on YouTube, and I've seen realtors walking and talking, right? You may not be this kind of, me, I do a lot of video shooting with my phone. But there are realtors that are walking around with these fancy video cameras on the swivel hand thing. I don't think any of you are doing that. But if you were, you could get your video up on YouTube and you could copy the link. And I'll show you what I mean. Let's see if I click share here, copy. One of our favorite these. Let's see here. This landing page. So you can go to custom page content and you could do a couple of things. You could put bullet points. You could put a countdown, right? Some people, some builders offer incentives, right? And you could say, look, if you sign before whenever, I'm going to put a counter, a clock on the middle of this page. And you can write an ad and say, hey, you know what? You're going to get a $30,000 kitchen if you sign up before September, right? And then when they click on it, they're seeing this, right? You could also say, oh, you know what? I don't want to do that. I got some super cool, slick video that I made and I put it on YouTube and I'm going to save that. Let's see. Yeah, is my mouse just being weird? Let's see what it says. Yeah. So here you can see, you could put a video in it. So it depends on what you want to do. You could maybe do both, right? You can change it. You can run an ad for a couple weeks in one way and do an ad like this another way, but that's all under custom page content, right? So you can customize these things the way that you want. That's what I would do. And if you got multiple things going, meaning multiple developments, you should create ads like this for all of those, right? And once you've done or create landing pages, once you've done that, that's when you start talking about how do I get people in front of this? And I will tell you this, you're welcome, Squares. Really, the fastest way to get people to those landing pages is by running ads, right? And you can do that on Facebook, but you can also do it on Google. And I want to talk a little bit about Google because we haven't talked much about that. When there is a development and there's signage and people are learning about it because there's marketing going on, you know that they might be doing their marketing and the consumers in your market. I'm clicking on create landing page ad for Google, by the way. People are getting familiar with it, right? That's my point though. And let's see here, buyer stuff. Did I not save that page? What did I just do with that? I'm afraid I didn't save it. So let's talk about if I had saved it. So we'll just do the new construction. Maybe I didn't save that page. I didn't save it. It should be right there. So we had just our standard new construction, and you would just type in the name of the town that you're targeting. And the point that I'm trying to say here is I'm doing three things at once is Florida. If marketing is already out there in your market, people are learning about Mineola Hills, they might go to Google and run an ad. Like that's 86% of all searches begin on Google, on the internet, right? And you have to really be cognizant of that, especially, well, if you want new construction, I think there's a lot that you should be doing this because as I think of new construction, and tell me if it's different for you guys, I see signage, I see these things coming on. And if I was thinking of buying, I might look. Now, I might go write that down. Oh, I want to go check out Mineola Hills, right? So I might go home and do a Google search and go find out about it. And if I did that, this is what would happen, right? Mineola Hills development, right? Who pops up here, right? Here's my Florida newspapers. Here's City of Mineola, Meritage Homes, Ashton Woods, right? Are you on this page, Samira? You want to be on page one of Google. Now, I do want to tell you, this might be not really a great example because I'm not sitting in Florida. And the ads people who are focused here Meaning the people running ads are probably not focusing on my little town in Northern California. Right. But what Samara can do is say, you know what? I get a lot of clients out of Chicago because these people just hate the winter. Right. And I can say, hey, we've got new homes. You could even change a little bit in the ad if you wanted. And say, this is coming in at 300 square foot or something. We pre-write the ad. All you need to do is choose where you want to target, right? These are all the keywords that are there that the ads are going to be responding, and everything is done for you. So we make being effective on Google, we make it very easy for you to view. Is there a cost associated with the use of the landing page? Christine, let's go look. So when we have a landing page, yeah, I don't know why that's not even there. Save all. So if I click on advanced options, there were actually missing stuff here. If you're running an ad, yes. If you're copying a link and you're just sharing it on your social media, no, there's no cost to that, right? That's just free. But then it's a question of how many people are following you on social media. And so it might not have a huge audience if you've only got a couple hundred people following. If you run an ad on Facebook and you spend $50, you're paying Facebook for that, but you're doing it on our platform. So you're getting leads and name, email, phone number. There's a cost, and whatever that is, it's being charged on your credit card on your Facebook business page. Same is true for Google. You could also create a flyer, print flyer, and get things out there as well. And just get people to this and there's the cost of print, and I don't know how you're going to get it in the market if you're mailing it or door knocking it. But sometimes there are costs and sometimes there are not costs. All right. Any other question about this? Because at this point, I want to tie up. I have time. I'm happy to answer anything. We've got ad software for Facebook and for Google. I will tell you a little bit more about Facebook that we should do. We talked about PDF guides and the multiple ways that you can run ads there or not even run ads. There are all kinds of ways to market PDF guides. The landing pages, we can do that as well. And the client reviews, right? Got all that in listing marketing. The one thing I wanted to talk about points over here to this page. I sent this link to you. This call is being recorded and all those recordings live on this page. And there's a few that I want to talk about in case you haven't been on it. One is top tools for more listings. Okay. The other is Facebook and Google ads. Today's class is get started. Got a little bit of a hybrid, but if you really need more details on how Facebook and Google works, or if you want more listings in your business, you want to watch top tools for more listings. Okay. And one thing I'll tell you in some of those is if you're using Facebook to get listing leads, and there are a lot of different ways you can do that, there are different costs per leads. So when you're both Facebook and Google, they use what they have, their platforms are pay per click advertising. And that means if I run a $50 ad, every time somebody clicks and I get a lead, they chew off part of that $50. On Facebook for buyer leads, it's about $3 each. If you're running a listing ad on a property that's sold, you're going to get home value leads. You're going to get seller leads. Those leads often cost around $7 each. If you run a PDF guide ad for home sellers, those leads can cost $10 to $20 each. And if you run an ad on a landing page, like what is your home worth in Claremont, Florida, those are the most expensive seller leads on Facebook, often costing $15 to $20 each. Okay. Now, if you're running an ad on Google, whether it's a landing page or a PDF guide for homeowners, those leads can be really pricey. Okay. If I do, let's see, and I am running an ad on Google, and I don't know where you guys are. Like, if you want to type in your states, I can give you some ballpark stuff, but I know in Dallas, if you run an ad just like this, you don't even need our software. Seller lead cost around $30 each. Okay. So that's why we have a $50 a day budget and it goes for 7 days. So you have the ability of spending $350, right? Over the course of 7 days. Now, not everybody pays that much. Who was I talking with? Where were these ladies? Ohio, they get charged $10 a seller lead on Google. Okay. Now they may not be doing the exact same ad. I can't, they seem like it was different, but they're saying, yeah, $10 a lead. So if you're spending $50 a day, you can get five leads a day. If you're getting charged $30 a lead on Google and you got $50, you only get one lead a day. Right. So you can, if you are doing it and it's working out, you can always change your budget and make it higher. But I do want to say this in case it wasn't clear. The number one place, 86% of all searches in the United States occur on this page, google.com. People want to know where the best steak is in New York, or what's the best mattress to sleep in, or what kind of car should I get, or how do I sell my home? 86% of all of those searches happen right here. And if you're going to be in business and you want more listings, you need to have your own social media or your own Google strategy. Now, we make it easy. I don't know what the heck is going on with Google. I think they changed the way they search. What the heck is that? That's horrible. Let's see. Yeah, that's really late. Sorry. Google updated Chrome, so it pointed to the right now. But this is the website. So you can see, how do I sell my home? Here's Brothers Buy Homes, right? So they're paying for those keywords for anybody sitting in my area. And so if you want to be on page one of Google, you want to be thinking about running out. Okay. Are there any other questions? This is being recorded, going to be up on our mastermind group probably tomorrow. If you need a team account, reach out to me. I'm Vince at Listings to Leads. You need a brokerage account, I'm the person as well. You got a great support team. You can always find them down here. I recommend just dropping your request right in the box that says support. The whole team is watching that. Anything you put in that box, they're going to respond really quickly. I don't see any other questions, so I appreciate you joining us. Don't forget, I didn't mention it. We have a mastermind group on Facebook. I'm pretty sure if you're a client, we have sent you some invites, but if you're not in our mastermind group, go to the support team and say, please get me in the mastermind. Right. And once you do that, you're going to see Scott and I communicate there, but also our clients communicate there. And so sometimes they ask questions, but sometimes they're sharing that's working. And if my internet would work, I'd show you that. Here we go. So it looks like this. It's a private group. If you're not in it, you won't find it. So just ask the support team to get there. And here, somebody's got a question about, hey, Google's not approving her ads. And so support has already answered here. But there are other things. People are saying, hey, here's the things that are working for us right now, and here's how we're using the system. So definitely, I recommend all of our clients scan this group once a week for 5 or 10 minutes and just see what other people are doing. You'll also see what's new, what's doing that's new, that's coming out. So everybody, thanks for joining me today. I don't see any more questions. Oh, I do see a question. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't see it. So take care, everybody, and enjoy the last few days of summer.